Hey guys, it's Sarah here. So this is just going to be a really quick discussion video. I wasn't going to make one, but this episode was just too crazy for me not to make a follow-up video. I have a few things I want to talk about and see what you guys think. Again, I really do these videos for the discussion, so please comment, please let me know what you think, and let's talk about it. So, in no particular order, let's just start with Littlefinger. So, Littlefinger is up to his sneaky deeds again, which I love. I mean, he's one of my favorite characters, not because I think he's a good guy, but because he's such a cool person, like in the story. He's always trying to manipulate people, and he's playing the game, and he's playing it well. Did Littlefinger plant this note for Arya in his room, knowing that she would sneak in and find it? Absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, why else would he want that note from Sansa? Now, for those of you who don't know, or didn't catch it, this note was written by Sansa back when she was, I guess, being held hostage by Cersei and Joffrey, and they forced her to write back to her family saying that Joffrey's the rightful king, blah, blah, blah. I guess Littlefinger wanted Arya to find that because he knows there's a bit of tension between them right now, and he wants to create chaos in Winterfell because chaos is ladder. So yeah, I think that's really cool. I'm interested to see how that works out. Arya seems like she's already in a headspace where she wants a reason to distrust Sansa, so Littlefinger is definitely playing on that right now. So Daenerys, I'm getting some Mad King vibes from Daenerys, not gonna lie, but we've seen those before, and I feel like she isn't going to become like the Mad King. I think she is who she is. She has these really big moments where you think she might snap, she might go a little crazy. It's just when she's got a lot of anger going on inside of her, she just can't control it. But I don't think she's going to be another Mad King. I think that she's definitely trying to assert her dominance in Westeros, and she's not listening to her advisors, who I think she should be, because they're older and wiser, and she's scaring a lot of people. I think the bend the knee or get burned alive by my dragon situation needs to be fixed, because that's not a good way to get followers, and your people are not going to love you if that's the choice they had to make. And I mean, we also have that moment with Varys and Tyrion talking about how that's not cool, Dany, and Varys seems very uncomfortable. I'm curious what Varys' deal is this season. Like, he doesn't seem like his normal self. And he looks very scared. I think he's hiding with Daenerys for protection, maybe against like the Red Priestess or something. Like, they all seem to know something's up with him, and something to do with his past. And the warlock or magician or whoever it was that cut him and used his body parts for dark magic. I'm curious to see what happens. I hope they address it in the show. I also love that Davos is still smuggling. It was really cool. And I really liked the stuff that happened between Gendry and Jon. I think it's really funny. And it's a really nice nod back to Ned and Robert Baratheon. Hopefully the work that Jon and Gendry do together isn't going to have long-lasting effects that creates this huge war that they're in now. Something else that you should keep in mind with Gendry is that when he was in Flea Bottom apprenticing as a blacksmith back in season 1, in the books, we know that this person that he's apprenticing for is named Tobo Mott, and he's one of the last people in Westeros that know how to reforge Valyrian steel. So I think if Gendry learned those skills, he would be extremely useful to Jon Snow and the fight up north with the White Walkers. Maybe he can even forge weapons out of the dragon glass, which is kind of why I thought Davos brought him up there, but he seems to want to fight. So hopefully he realizes that he's more useful in building weapons for the fight than he is actually fighting. I really hope this happens. Then we have Cersei. So Cersei has a baby now. What? Do you think this is true, or do you think this is just her way of trying to manipulate Jaime to try to make him stay? It could explain why she's down for an armistice with Dany. I mean, if she is pregnant, because she's a fierce mom, we know this. Even though she failed Tommen kind of in the last season, she's always been very protective of her children. So I think if she does have a child, it would make sense that that's the reason why she wants the armistice with Dany. Otherwise, you know, for Cersei to know that Tyrion and Jaime are meeting, if she was making it up, it would be a good way to make Jaime stay loyal to her. So, I don't know. But then we also have to look back at the prophecy. I know, so many prophecies. The one where Maggie the Frog says that she will have 3 children, and they will all die. She's already had her 3 children. They've all died. I don't think she's going to have another one. And then we have stuff with Bran and the Night King. So the Night King can either Well, he can definitely sense Bran when he's around, when Bran's in the Ravens. But can he break Bran's control over these Ravens, or is he just able to see him? I'm curious because I don't know if does the Nightwalker work into things? I guess he must be able to because he can control the Whites, and maybe I'm not sure if that happened yet in the season, in other seasons. But I definitely think the Night King and Bran are going to have like this huge battle in the minds of other creatures, which will be very interesting. Especially if it's a dragon, maybe if that happens, it'd be super cool, but we will see. It's for a different video. And then we have my favorite part of this episode. So Sam is an idiot. Listen to your girlfriend, okay? What she was saying, for those of you who don't know, is that a prince named Rhaegar, or as she pronounced it, or Rhaegar, how it's actually pronounced, was married, got an annulment of that marriage, and then married someone else. Hello? We saw in last season that Lyanna Stark had a baby who was Jon, and we know that Lyanna Stark was kidnapped by Rhaegar, so now it's confirmed that, no, they were married, so she went willingly. And it also means that Jon is not just a Targaryen bastard, but Jon is a legitimate Targaryen. This means that his claim on the throne is way stronger than Daenerys is, because when the Mad King died, his son would have inherited the throne, not, it goes to the first oldest son that's still alive, whatever. And as Rhaegar died, that would have been shifted to Jon, not to Daenerys, who is his sister. So I'm wondering what will happen when this information comes out. I don't know. I have a feeling that Jon would probably not tell people that he's the heir to the throne and a true Targaryen. I think he would keep that to himself and just work out a deal with Dany so that he could be king in the north. Or maybe Dany will concede the throne to Jon because she sees how awesome he is. My friend Mike actually told me that he doesn't think Dany will ever actually get to the point where she can go on the throne, because in the House of the Undying, there's a vision where she's in the throne room and she gets really close to the throne, but she can't actually get there. She just can't touch it. So maybe that's foreshadowing that she'll never get the throne and Jon will actually be the true king. That would be super cool, because I'm definitely on Team Targaryen, but I would definitely rather Jon be the king than Daenerys, but I mean, they both have their flaws, right? Anyways, I don't know how this is going to come out. Maybe Sam will remember something when he has time to reflect and be like, oh, who are you talking about? Did he give that book to his son or little Sam? Like, are they taking it with them? Are they going to have access to that information? Is this going to come out later? Like, I don't know. So many questions. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I definitely have more theory videos coming out. It's just taking me so long to get them done. I have so many going all at once, which I know is awful, but I just can't stop. All these ideas are coming. I'm doing my schoolwork as well. It's very tough, but I'm working on it. So please be patient. All right. I love you guys. Take care.